Hi, I'm Miss Ha, and this is lesson 1.8, Solving Equations with Fractional Coefficients. To get rid of a fractional coefficient, multiply both sides by the reciprocal. And with that, let's get started. Here we are with an equation that has a fractional coefficient. That means the number in front of the variable that we're trying to solve is a fraction. Same steps, we want to isolate the variable, so let's do inverse operations here. So we want to get rid of this negative 16, I'm going to add 16 to both sides. 36 equals 4/9 z. And this is where we're going to practice multiplying by the reciprocal on both sides to get rid of the fractional coefficient, because when you multiply something by its reciprocal, you get 1. And now I am going to do this math over here. I'm going to pretend I don't have access to a calculator. I am going to cross simplify. I can divide both sides by 2. And then I can divide both sides by 2 again. When I say both sides, I mean the numerator and denominator. I get 81 over 1, which is the same as 81. So z equals 81. And with all equations, we can check our work. So let's go ahead and do that. 20 equals negative 16 plus 4/9 of 81. I'm going to do 4/9 of 81 over on the side. Maybe I have room up here. 4/9 times 81 over 1. Cross simplify. I get 36. So 20 equals negative 16 plus 36. Negative 16 plus 36 is 20. Let's do another problem with fractions. Okay, we want to isolate the variable, so let's subtract 6 from both sides. X minus 2 over 4 equals 4. Now I want to get rid of this dividing by 4, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. And that gets me x minus 2 equals 16. Right, this is the same as multiplying over 4 over 1 if you wanted. And so when you say cross simplify here, you really cancel out this 4 and are just left with x minus 2. Then we can add 2 to each side and get x equals 18. Checking it, let's go 18 minus 2 over 4 plus 6 equals 10. 18 minus 2 is 16 divided by 4 plus 6 equals 10. 4 plus 6 equals 10. 10 equals 10. It checks out. And let me go like that so that you can see all my work. Next, what do I need to do first? I mean, we could multiply and get rid of the denominators, but I'm going to X out that question because we're just going to solve it. I don't have something for you to do first. I am going to subtract 3/4 from both sides and get negative 1/8 x equals 1/4 minus 3/4. They have a common denominator, so that's nice. And we get negative 2. which is the same as negative 1/2. So here I get negative 1/2. And I multiply by the reciprocal of negative 1/8, which is negative 8 over 1. And I get x equals two negatives. Negative and 8 to be a positive. It's going to be 8 over 2, which I can simplify to 4. So let me just write nice and clearly that x equals 4. Let's check it. We've got 3/4 minus 1/8 times 4 equals 1/4. 1/8 times 4, I'm going to do the math up here. 1/8 times 4 is going to be 4/8, which is the same as 1/2 when I simplify. And I could have put that it's a negative 1/8 or that I'm subtracting 1/2. I'm going to go with 3/4 minus 1/2 equals 1/4. We need a common denominator to subtract, so I'm going to multiply both numerator and denominator by 2 to get 2/4. And when you subtract, you keep the denominator, yes. And so I just rewrote it with common denominators. I can write this again as 1/4 equals 1/4. That was our goal for what it should equal. So it all checked out. Next up is your try. Pause the video and unpause when you're ready to check your answer. Let's begin by adding 1/2 to both sides. Negative 4/5. C equals 5/6 plus 1/2. Need a common denominator here. So multiply to get a common denominator of 6. This is 8/6, which can be reduced, divided by 2 to 4/3. Okay. And now I multiply by the reciprocal, negative 5/4, negative 5/4. C equals negative 20 over 12 equals, I know I can reduce this, let's divide by 2, negative 10 over 6. Can further reduce, let's divide by 2, negative 5/3. So C equals negative 5/3. Let's check that. We have negative 1/2 minus 4/5 times negative 5/3 equals 5/6. Negative 1/2, let's do this multiplication. I'm going to choose to multiply the two negatives here instead of keeping it minus a negative. I'm going to do it as negative 4 times negative 5 is plus 20 over 15 equals 5/6. I'm going to start doing that math up here. 20/15. I can certainly reduce this by dividing both by 5, so let me reduce it first. 4/3. Okay, and now I can get a common denominator of 6 here. So negative 3/6 plus 8/3 equals, or 8/6. Right, I multiplied this by 3 over 3, and I multiplied the second fraction by 2 over 2. And then I get 5/6, which is my goal. So I get 5/6 equals 5/6. It checks out.